Hello, my name is Andre Petrie. I'm from Personal Investor, and this is my personal statement for the USPO Fund Analyst position. Prior to my overview with USPO, I wasn't really aware of the functions of the team. I was brought in on a group overview with Zach and some of the other people on the team, and they broke down exactly what USPO does. He stated that the main function of the team is to price the net asset value at the end of the day. He also demonstrated, saying that this is an extremely important function to the rest of FFS as a whole, just because of the nature of them being the final downstream partner of things like corporate actions, securities pricing, securities lending, gathering all the information from different teams within FFS in order to price the net asset value correctly at the end of the day. The analogy I could think of for this is, being like a star athlete on a team. Throughout the game, you're playing with your teammates and they're helping you out. But when it comes to the end of the day, or when you have to price the net asset value, that star player is in charge of delivering for the team, executing. All the pressure is on their shoulders. Zach clearly said that there is a lot of pressure on the team to price the net asset value correctly, and I definitely want to be in a sort of environment where I'm in a high pressure situation and I'm able to make a decision that affects the team positively. In terms of career goals, I believe USPO definitely aligns with what I'm trying to do in order to progress and have my dream job. So since coming to Vanguard, I wanted to work in an analytical capacity and in a high-pressure environment. I believe USPO would definitely allow me to do that. The way I see my career path being, hopefully I can get a job in USPO. That would be ideal. Work there, maybe then transition to like a fixed income or an equity support role in one of the teams in Goliath or Victory. After doing that role for a bit of time, I'd like to progress and become a trader on one of those teams, and then finally achieve my dream job of becoming a portfolio manager. Also along the way, to help me get to the dream job, I do plan on achieving my CFA charter. During my group overview with USPO, Zach also mentioned that USPO's level of accuracy is being held to Lean Six Sigma standards. That's their goal. That's what they want to achieve. Currently, in my own role in PI, I am the Call Quality Center liaison for my team. And basically what that means is I communicate defective call statuses with people on my team as well as the people I coach. And basically what a defective call is when an associate is speaking to a client and the information that they provide is inaccurate, incomplete, unprofessional, or not using proper security. In order to add value to the team with regards to defective calls or the people I'm coaching, my best practices are to be in communication with the call quality center that evaluates our calls and see what are trends that are happening that people are getting defective calls on. Once I find that information, I share it during huddles so that people are aware of certain things that they think may not be defects but in fact are. Also, when I coach new hires, I use a PowerPoint that uses a question and answer format where there's a question being asked where an associate is having a conversation with a client and their job is to spot the defect within that conversation. During the overview with USPO, Zach mentioned that key qualities that the team is looking for in candidates is people who have conceptual thinking and an analytical mindset. Currently in my role, the base of the role is more relationship management focused. However, I've taken it upon myself to do a project that can showcase my technical skills better. The technical project I am working on is one that I'm also working on with two other people on my team, Myasin and Vinay. We had an idea to basically be able to do something different than our normal everyday role in order to improve the client experience as well as improve the crew experience, and we wanted to do it through the use of technology. Our project had us look at 18 different hunter entries that we received in Excel format on client verbatims. And a verbatim was basically just a statement that the client had on their experience with an associate. Their satisfaction levels range from satisfied to discouraged to confused to unsatisfied, among others. Within those topics of satisfaction, we try to create subdivisions to see what was causing either the satisfaction or dissatisfaction, and this ranged in things like the Vanguard policy, our paperwork, transfer of assets in, transfer of assets out, and really dive deep into what the conversation was and what happened that either satisfied them or displeased them. What we did when we gathered all that information, we created a consolidated pivot table where it had the satisfaction levels, and then the subdivisions would be what procedure caused that satisfaction or dissatisfaction. We are very close to completing the pivot table, and once we do, we plan to share that with upper level management through a presentation format to see what their opinion is on our findings and what they can do to fix the client as well as the crew experience. And then we also plan to share this information to add value to the crew through huddles, present our findings, and present anything that we've found that could improve their situation based on what the client said about the experience. Finally, and arguably most importantly, the skill that I bring to the table that I believe can add value to the team is being able to deal with ambiguity. During tax season, my team and I were part of a pilot program where we were trained on retail retirement center topics, which included things like recharacterizations, excess removals, and conversions. We had a limited amount of training on these topics, and when it came time to tax season, with us being on the phones handling these issues, we didn't have as many resources we could leverage as we do in our normal roles. We had to adapt quickly to situations. We had to work in a fast-paced environment in order to still deliver the accurate information for our clients. In USPO, I believe you have that same level of dealing with ambiguity whenever receiving information from the partners that are sending it downstream. So based on my experience with the RRC during tax season, I feel like I can add that value with being able to deal with ambiguity well and just being calm, cool, and collected under pressure. I hope you've enjoyed my video, and I would love the opportunity to interview for the position. Thank you.